I can remember my childhood in Chile. Beautiful childhood. I was so attached to my marble glass, you know. Marble glass is the way you call this small, yeah? Yeah? Ah, glass marble, yeah. I was so attached to them because it was like stone marbles and glass marbles. The stone marbles was like more cheap. Usually children has a few, but glass marble very few because this was more expensive. I was like 7, something like that. For me, it was a treasure. I had a few treasure when I was a child. My small plastic soldiers, a few journals, magazines of Walt Disney. After that, when my family traveled to Israel, there we play what we call a gogoim in Israel. These are apricot bits used to play there. And same thing, I become very, very attached to my gogoim. Cars of soccer players too. This I remember in Chile when was the World Cup, Soccer World Cup of 1966. I has an album, and we, you know, you in your way to the school, I save some money, and all the time, and slowly you go and buy cars and you put them in the album. And my cars was very dear to me too. Until after that in Israel, when I was 9 years old, for the first time a friend showed me his stamps collection. And that was my first meeting with philately. For me, it was magic. I did the jump from my cars of soccer players to philately at that time, because in philately I saw that so wide, you know, flowers, animals, different heroes, battles, history, sport, Olympiadas, and soccer too. So, and was a thought that always came to me in Chile and in Israel during all my childhood. How my parents do in order not to be attached, to be attracted to all the things. I didn't understand. I remember myself think, if I was my father, and I work and I have a salary, for sure I will invest at least half of my salary in glass marbles. How he succeed to repress himself. Or my mother, when they buy me my soldiers of plastic, how my mother don't take for her some. And I really was puzzled by that question. I look at them like, for me, was almost insensible to these things. For me, they look like big renunciation, means big renounce people, austere in that sense, in that aspect. Because they become so attached to things that for me has no, I don't understand. My mother loved so much her perfumes, and I didn't understood so much. Then, when I was an adolescent, and in my looking after different religions and theologies, I become in contact with the Catholic Church. And after that happens the same when I become in contact with Hinduism, Vedanta. And I know sannyasis and different renounced priests. And I say, how they do in order to renounce, how they do in order to renounce to family, to coupleship. To an adolescent, looks like an impossible to give up sex. And in some way, I had a very similar feeling in both cases. And still, during the years, sometimes people come to me and they ask me how to renounce, how to resist the attachment, how to take renunciation, how is always related to an action, how to do something. But renunciation is not an action, it's not an activity. Renunciation is a symptom. When you still are childish, immature, and you don't really understand what is really valuable in life. When you still don't understand what is really important in life, you become attached to glass marbles, to apricot pits. For you, this looks very valuable. But it's because still you look with childish eyes to life. Renunciation or attachment are only symptoms of a level of consciousness. They are a symptom of maturity or viveka, discrimination. So, instead of think to put your energy and your efforts in renunciation, or how to escape from attachment, put your energy and your efforts in knowledge, wisdom, Brahma Vidya, and Yoga Vidya. And renunciation will come as a natural symptom. Renunciation is a symptom of wisdom.